What's going on, guys? It is Trader Cause, and this is a Bitcoin update video. Sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. I've been sick this past week, and I'm just finally getting over it. So I wanted to record a higher time frame update video. So I was thinking I'll just go from monthly down to where we're at right now, and kind of give you guys my thoughts and what I'm seeing and what I expect going forward. So we'll jump right into it. As you guys know, we've had a nice rally off the lows here. Pretty strong rejection, but nothing that I'm too concerned about. First level that jumps out to me is this right here. I would just call this a monthly SR level. And I'll mark all these up. I'll mark all these up, and then we can kind of clean some of it up and go from there. But it seems to me like everyone is watching this weekly block right here. They all want a long 8.8K, and that's just where everyone's ready to load their bags back up again. And my only problem with that is that this is literally the most obvious level. I mean, I've seen tons of people post this, tons of people saying they're going to long 8.8, tons of people saying they're going to long a 30 or 40% pullback or whatever it is. And let's see where we're at right now. We're at a 30% pullback, but the sentiment is kind of shifting and people aren't really looking to long right now. Everyone's jumping into shorts, and that confuses me a little bit because things do not look bearish to me here at all. So it seems like everyone's watching this level. I think it'll get front ran or front run. I think we could have put the temporary low in here already. I think that's possible. But we'll see what happens. These lows look pretty clean on a lower time frame, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get swept before we continue upwards. But that wouldn't really stop me from being bullish here. So yeah, that's the level a lot of people are watching. I'll delete that just because that's not the most significant level to me. Right now, this is the most significant level that I'm watching rather closely. This is our daily supply, and it has a really nice confluence with the monthly SR level. You can see how great that lines up. And my problem here is just that it seems like everyone's shorting this directly into support, and support remains to be support until it gets broken. So if we do break down and lose support, then it's like, okay, you can enter shorts now or right below resistance, because as you lose support, it flips into resistance. So if people wanted to enter shorts there after we lose that support, then do your thing. Like if your system or your strategy tells you to do that, then go for it. But I personally just do not see any reason to short directly into support right now. So that's kind of the main premise of where I'm coming from. We're literally sitting right on top of support, and people are shorting it. I think that's just going to provide fuel for a move up. And I think this daily level is a good spot to, or a good place to enter some spot Bitcoin. So if you don't have much exposure and you would like more, then I don't think this is a horrible spot. I bought some spot Bitcoin. I bought it back here when we first whipped into it because I had some limit orders set. But if one did not have the exposure they wanted, then a setup something like this, targeting these highs first and then beyond, I mean, I'd be holding this longer term, wouldn't be a bad idea, in my opinion. So I would have my stop below there, give it some room in case these lows, as you can see right here, these are just about the exact same, so I wouldn't really be surprised if those get swept. But it's possible that we just leave them, and Bitcoin says screw you to everybody and leaves these really clean lows unswept just for people to get mad. But yeah, so if you wanted to enter a spot position or like a long term uh, hold on Bitcoin, like you're not pleased with how much exposure you have, then and you're bullish long term on Bitcoin, then this is where one should be buying. I mean, I don't. I mean, we're sitting right at support, so I don't know what else people could ask for. And then also another thing that I've been noticing is that this looks pretty similar to the price action we had here. I mean, this is a little more elongated, but this was coming into support. Everyone was like, okay, we're going back to new lows. This is just going to tank. And then immediately after, we pumped. Right after it found support at around 3.3. So these look similar to me, these two scenarios. We had a high, retrace, lower high, and then kind of this slow grinding down into the level. And that's kind of, it hasn't been as much slow grinding, but we had a high, lower high, and now we're just like grinding into support. And everyone was bearish back here, right here, and everyone is bearish right now with, I mean, I know the high time frame context is a bit different there. Like we had just broken down from here, and here we're in an uptrend, but the premise is still pretty similar there, in my opinion. So, one other thing I wanted to bring up, I don't know if you guys keep up with this too much, but the fear and greed index. Right now it's at extreme fear. Yesterday it was at 16, and if you go click on more history data and look down here, so you can see July 28th it was 16. I think that was yesterday. Right now it's at 19, and we'll have a new update in 9 hours. But if we look back the last time it was this low, on February 6th, it was at 14. February 7th was 18. So let's go back in time a little bit and see where the price action was at on February 6th and 7th. Right here. These two daily candles right there was the last time that the fear and greed index was as low as it is right now. So maybe that'll tell you something. Maybe you don't pay any attention to this. Yes, it's been lower before without bouncing, but I just find it interesting that the price action looks similar here as it did back then, and that this also looks very similar, excuse me, as it did back then. So those are kind of my overall thoughts on Bitcoin. Let me see, zoom in a little bit. I mean, right now the price action is a little crazy, like super choppy. I wouldn't be, this kind of came out of nowhere, this Darth Maul candle. So I wouldn't be taking very many low time frame trades here yet, but 9.5K is not a bad place to open a swing trade in my opinion, and I personally am long from here. So do your own research, of course, but that's what I'm personally seeing. And if you wanted to wait for some confirmation that this is going up, I mean, you could, there are plenty of places where you could look to add. If we break above here, this level there, and then that would arguably give us a bullish market structure. But even safer would be waiting for up there. You miss out on some of it, but those are two levels where you could look to add or you could look to enter. I think those are good places to compound. If Bitcoin does start running, then I will be looking to compound there as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. I just wanted to make this video quick because just seems like a lot of people are very bearish, and I guess I don't fully understand why. And we're sitting at support, so there's just no reason to be shorting here. And I mean, it is very possible that this breaks down and rolls over, but over the long term, like, you're gonna get punished for shorting at support. That's literally the most basic, very first thing you ever learn at trading is to long support and short resistance. So there's there's just no reason to be shorting this right here. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. I'm just some random guy on Twitter. So take that as you will. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Um, and I will talk to you guys later. Message me in the Discord if you have any questions. I'll be around pretty much the whole day. Um, but yeah, that's it. Talk to you guys later.